So basically we're all here because DC Energy has a project called the Coastal GasLink Pipeline, and it's being put through Wet'suwet'en territory without their consent in British Columbia, so-called British Columbia. And RBC is the main funder of it. And it's the number one funder. It's a fracked gas pipeline. Fracked gas is very problematic because it releases methane into the atmosphere when it's taken out of the earth, which is a much more dangerous substance than carbon dioxide. It also uses a ton of water, and it then potentially poisons that water, and it leaks back into the natural systems around. Yeah, that's the fracking part. Natural gas is also a problem just because it's a fossil fuel, and when it gets burned, it puts more carbon into the atmosphere, which everybody in the world right now is trying to stop doing, or saying they're trying to stop doing, so that we can all continue to live. And pipelines are problematic because they're more fossil fuel infrastructure, and therefore they make it much easier to keep using fossil fuels. And they do a lot of destruction when they're put in. They possibly continue to destroy the earth when they leak, which they often do. So just even without the indigenous sovereignty aspect of this is a terrible idea. Nobody should be doing this in the first place. Obviously should not be funding this. It doesn't even make economic sense because we're all trying to get off fossil fuel. But then on top of that, there's no consent for this project from the Wet'suwet'en people, whose land it is. And it's 100% their land. It's like there's no legal foot to stand on that that anybody's allowed to be doing this. They've never signed a treaty. You know, not that we're good at upholding the treaties in the first place, but this nation has never even signed a treaty with Canada allowing our nation to share that land with them, let alone letting a private company come through and do whatever they want with it. Drawing a blank all of a sudden. I mean, there's more. So, yes. The police, yeah. Good. Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah. So, even though it's enshrined in Canadian law that we're not allowed to be on that land, it's also in BC law. There's the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples says that anything like this needs free, prior, and informed consent before you can go ahead with it. And Canada has adopted, supposedly, UNDRIP at both a federal and provincial level. So this is against Canadian law, it's against provincial law, it's against international law, and it's against Wet'suwet'en law. But we see the RCMP being sent there to kick people off the land violently and harass them every day so that this pipeline can continue. They've been hired as a private security company for DC Energy. Who funds it? You do. We do. Oh, the RCMP. We fund the RCMP. But RBC is the main funder of this entire project. We're the number one funder. I had numbers that I was going to tell you that are super large. I think they co-signed a $6.8 billion loan. They have a ton of shares in the company. RBC owns, I think, 8.6% of DC Energy, the company that's putting this pipeline through. Yeah. So, but what that also means is that if RBC dropped this project as an investment, that would be the end of the project. So that's what we're all doing here. We want to tell RBC to drop DC Energy and respect Indigenous sovereignty. RBC, drop TC, 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 respect Indigenous sovereignty. Thanks so much for everybody coming out. It's great. Really good turnout.
Thank you, Andrew.
They closed the
They're a
bank.
little bit like scared of us or something. I don't know. They've closed the door. The gates are closed. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If anybody else has any words that they would like
Only
to
the
say,
Indigenous
they
could
would
do
like
the
to share with
same.
us.
If only the Indigenous could do the same.
Close the gates.
Close the gate.
Yep. Yep.
All right, well, if anybody else has anything they would like to share, they're very welcome. Just remind you that RBC is the #1 fossil fuel funder in Canada. So lots of other terrible projects besides this one, but they're the main funder of this one, and this one is really ramped up right now, so we would really like to stop it before the river, sacred river is ruined. And they're the #5 funder of fossil fuels in the world also. Yeah, they're big. Big time. Evil.
What should we do about it after this?
Well,
Close your accounts.
yeah, that would be good. Move to a credit union maybe, because all 5 of the big banks honestly are pretty terrible. RBC's #1, but they're all very bad. You can write letters. I mean, you can join our campaign. We've been coming to this branch every couple of weeks to talk to customers and employees here in a little less aggressive manner, and we'll probably be keeping that up after this. If there's a sign-up sheet going around, I don't know if everybody's put their name and contact information on there, but that would be great. If you want to be kept in the loop, we can let you know what's happened from this and any other actions coming up afterwards, or petitions to sign, things that you can do.
Website yintaaccess.com has a lot of information.
That's right, yeah, you can visit yintaaccess.com. You can visit any of the decolonial solidarity sites. They're settler organization working in solidarity with Yinta Access, so either of those will give you good information. I think that's about it. If nobody else has anything they want to say, I think we are done here. I think we made our point. And I really want to thank everybody for coming out on such a cold day. It was a really good turnout.
Keep talking for a minute because the
Yeah.
media's filming this.
Oh, great, okay.